make me laugh.
You cannot predict or read the minds of your audience. You can kind of feel the crowd, but I promise you, they just want you to get to your story and then, oh my God, reach the end.
I prayed that he would finish.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by. When hopes my life was giving.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
I dreamed of love would never die.
I'm going to tell you a story, Beth. A story with a happy ending. But instead of starting with once upon a time, let's start with the happy ending.
Finish your sentence.
Al's alive. And he's coming home.
Without going, I need to spell out my email address so you can know how to get a hold of me. And if I'm not there, I'll give you a phone number. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, none of that works. So if your video looks like that, you're doing it wrong. So let's say you get that far in the edit and you're learning how to put your pieces in order. The first thing you do is establish a timeline, a chronological timeline that correctly tells the order of ideas that you want to get across. Hello, my name is Phil. I'm 30 years old. I'm here to talk about my message. And at the end of this, you can contact me by this method. Thank you for listening to me. Goodbye now. And then in the world of social media, with your opening first draft of your video, do not fade out. No effects. You cannot remove an effect after it has been put in the shooting stage. And when you're in the first draft of the edit and you got to hand it off to somebody else, you look at an editor and say, hey, can you fix this? The editor is going to say, well, I can cut it. I can eliminate that, but I can't unfade it because it's there just like you shot it that way. I can't remove a fade. You can't pour oil on top of cloth and then magically pull it off. You have to rinse it out and wash it and throw in some cleanser. It's a different process. With movie making, you can put it on. You can't take it off. Okay? Now, when you're in the edit, when you're doing heart surgery, doctor, and doctor. You can mess around with the brains, the guts, the kidney, the heart, whatever. The groin, I don't care what you want to use. Some people like bowels. They want to keep everything about bowels. I want to rise above that here. Mess with the guts all you want, but once you close it off and you do an export, you do your rendering, your export of it. Sometimes the software will render for you. It's okay. It's kind of like when you go to the restroom and it flushes before you're done. It'll just render for you. One thing you got to pay attention to is make sure your computer has enough memory to keep doing that. Most modern day machines have that already. We're not dealing with the machines that were made before 2005 where it was like, oh my gosh, it might not record everything. And believe me, we ran into that problem. So presuming that you have all of your content correctly in the order of events that you want them, do not do transitions yet. No fade, no cut, no nothing. I didn't say that right. No fade. What I wanted to say was no fade, no transition. You don't want to, you'll see like the effects list. Hey, this looks kind of cool to have it open up on us or close out on us or slide from one to the other. No, nothing. Just get the order of events down. This happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens. You put that stuff in after you have decided, yes, this is the order of events I want. Done. And you're not going to know that. Usually finish what you're doing with the official term is sequencing. You do your sequencing, you get your proper sequence taken care of, and then go to sleep. Take a nap, overnight it, whatever. Go out, take the family out. Hey, Daddy finished his first 30-second movie. Is that any good? No, but it's sequence. Go and order the extra dessert, whatever. Come back the next day with a fresh set of eyes and look at it. You're gonna find at least one more thing to change. I promise. It'll happen. Then you get to that point where you're like, okay, put a fork in me. It's done, finished. We're done cooking it. We're pulling the chicken out of the oven. We're gonna eat this thing, whether it kills us or not. And you sit there and you watch what you've got. You've put the music to it, and you're, oh my God, I am so cool. It's music that I like to a video about me. How could other people not enjoy this? I'm a wild and crazy Steve Martin imitator. You get the point. And you play your video and you think it's phenomenal. And then you run into a problem. I want to share this with the whole world, or at least one person. You want to share it outside yourself, right? Even if it means exporting it to a tiny little, I don't have one in front of me, but you know what a thumb drive is, flash drive, whatever you want to call it. Same widget. Don't argue with me. So you get that widget and you're ready to show it to somebody. And I guarantee you they're not going to watch. They're not going to want to see it because they're distracted by themselves. Now, let's assume you do get your audience that pops it open and watches it. It's usually some Nigerian or Indian from India, Pakistani YouTube viewer who's watching it going, I have nothing better to do. And they sit there and they watch it. And that's where your 1, 2, 3, 5, 50 first views comes from. And even if you have it on a limited screen and you send it to your instructor, you send it to your friends, you send it to your family, you send it to whoever it is you send it to, you're going to run into this problem. You're either going to have to upload it to a social media site that allows that, and you're going to run right into all of the intellectual property rights stuff that, pay attention, it's not private. You lose your privacy. I'm not going to do the Addams Family thing, but done. Now, well, I don't want to do that. Then don't be in this business. Now, let's say you do share it and it goes out. You're going to find your video size. You're going to start learning that time length and the number of little effects widgets or musical, more content data that you stick in that file. The computer doesn't see it as a movie. It sees it as a file. So you're looking at your movie file, and the more crap you put in there, the heavier it is to the computer. So whatever might have been 50 megabytes is only going to be 86 megabytes, or it's going to be more. Okay, all the way up to, and in emails, whatever provider you're using, if you try to send it by email or even send it by the cloud, there's always some kind of a capacity limit. I happen to use Yahoo right now. So I'm not married to it, but I use that one. Sometimes I'll use Gmail. They have a limit. It's 25 megabytes. If the file's any bigger, the computer kicks out and goes, I hate to break it to you. It's like an airline. You got one too many carry-ons and this puppy's just too big. Lose weight or get off my plane. That's what they do to you. And you got to find a way to make that file smaller. So what do? You don't need to mess with your original movie and make it shorter. Sometimes I do, but you don't have to. It's one of the tricks I do. You don't have to. You can compress that thing smaller and make it a smaller dimension. You're going to go in and you're going to see, well, do I want a 480 or a 720 or a 1080 or a 12,000 by 16,000? What do these numbers mean? Watch a quick tutorial on what those numbers mean. And they literally mean here, we're here, we're here, we're here. This one right here. This little tiny thing right here. For those of you using a lot of 420, that moment was probably very funny to you. And you get this one right here, and it's great for little tiny emails and little tiny phones that can't hold anything. But when it comes to actually seeing whatever the hell it is you did, if you had any text on there that says, my name is Phil, it's written right here, unless that text was the size of the Star Wars logo. I'm going to invade your eyesight. Unless your lettering is huge, it just became somewhat invisible and too difficult to read. It's so small to read, it looks like insurance minutia. You want me to buy life insurance and it's tiny little letters? Yes, it's my movie. Those are my credits. Because on the big screen, they look very quaint and very beautiful. They look like it's, well, any movie you watch on a major streaming service, but on a tiny little video, that stuff